I cannot believe you've got that ring stuck on your finger.
It's fate. Fate wants me to have this ring.
Well, Ethan is buying the ring, and he's giving it to Gwen.
This ring was meant for me. That's why Ethan asked me to come here with him.
Ethan asked you here to help him pick an engagement ring for Gwen. Not for you, for Gwen. He's gonna marry her, Teresa. Am I getting through to you or what?
Well, is it still stuck?
Yeah.
Soap and water will get that ring off.
Here, I'll do it.
I can't understand why the lotion didn't work. It should have slipped right off. It's almost like that ring doesn't want to come off your finger.
There we go. That should do it. It won't budge. Well, what do we do now?
I'll get some saddle soap and vegetable oil. Maybe that will take it off.
I'm really sorry to put you through all this trouble, Teresa.
Oh, I don't mind Ethan, really.
There's a beautiful ring. And it looks good on your finger, too.
I was just saying the same thing.
Pour me one of those.
Pour it yourself.
Well, you're in a foul mood. What's the matter, Julian? Didn't Trample your quote have small businesses today?
Hardly.
Well, then why the mood?
Because even as we speak, Luis Lopez Fitzgerald and my sister are dining à deux at that Tomaine Palace the locals call the Lobster Shack.
Sheridan and Luis have a date?
Yes, that's right, and Father's in a rage about it. So I'm telling him he'll suffer his wrath.
Son, what have you done?
Good evening, Luis. Hey, bud.
Table ready?
It's right this way.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm gonna order the biggest lobster on the menu.
Ooh, so am I. And I'm gonna thank Ivy Crane for every bite.
Ivy Crane.
Well, sure. I mean, she bought all that stuff in my shop, and that's why we're celebrating, because now we can go away on our ski trip.
No. We're going away on the ski trip so I can spend some quality time with the woman I love. You, Grace.
Well, still, I'm very thankful to her. You know, she's getting to be a good friend.
Ivy Crane is hardly a friend to you, Grace. I mean, I don't think you should rely or socialize with her.
Sam, aren't you being kind of hard on her?
Just be careful.
You know, I know why you don't want me to be friends with Ivy Crane. It's because of what happened between you two, isn't it?
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me high as breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
Okay, so what's the trick?
Trick.
Yeah, whatever trick you're doing to keep that ring stuck on your finger like that.
I am not doing anything, Whitney. I told you, it's fate.
Yeah, I know.
That's right, and you can't deny it.
You're the one that's in denial, Teresa. Ethan bought that engagement ring for Gwen Hotchkiss.
And it ended up on my finger. That part of my fantasy came true, and I don't care how much you keep telling me it won't happen, the rest of my fantasy will happen. Ethan and I will be married, and we'll live happily ever after. It's destiny.
Well, I think it's destiny that you're gonna be hurt when Ethan finally gets that ring off your finger and proposes to Gwen.
Do you think the vegetable oil will do it?
I've never seen it fail. Ring should slide right off. Give me your hand.
Wait, what if the oil damages the ring or the setting?
It won't. And obviously it'll be thoroughly cleaned before you purchase the ring, Mr. Crane.
Good. I want everything to be perfect when I propose.
To Gwen.
There we go. can't believe it. This has never happened before.
Now what are we gonna do?
I'm afraid there's only one way to get this ring off. We're going to have to cut it off.
No, you can't do that.
Oh, what is it, Teresa? Why don't you want the ring cut off your finger?
Well, does Sheridan realize that you and Alistair disapprove of her date?
Of course, we talked to her about it. And I told her I forbid her to go out with Louise.
Well, that was stupid, Julian. You know how she hates taking orders, especially from you. I assume Alistair was a bit more subtle. Did he give her the old, I only want what's best for the daughter I love speech?
As a matter of fact.
Playing on her vulnerabilities. Oh, a typical Alistair tactic. Well, I'm thrilled she didn't fall for it.
You're not taking this very seriously, Ivy.
Why should I?
Because Alistair is furious, that's why. Doesn't that concern you?
No. As a matter of fact, I'm proud that Sheridan finally stood up to her father. It's about time.
Don't tell me you approve of Sheridan dating Louise.
I don't think it's anyone's business who Sheridan sees. She's a grown woman. She can date whoever she wants.
But what Louise wants is to bring down this family, and he will use Sheridan to do it.
From what I've seen and heard of Luis, he's an honest man. He doesn't strike me as a user, and believe me, I know one when I see one.
If I were you, I wouldn't let Father hear you being so flippant.
Why? Alistair couldn't possibly hurt me any more than he already has.
If I have to hear one more time about how he pressured you into marrying me,
Well, he did. You know, and if Sheridan continues to stand up to her father, her life will be far better off.
Married to a cop, living on a yearly salary that wouldn't cover your manicure bills? I don't think so. Besides, you wanted to be a Crane, Ivy. Admit it. You reveled in the power, and the status, and the wealth. Now you have the children you've always wanted. You could have a man in your bed every night if it weren't for your own stubbornness. I don't understand you. What is it you've ever wanted that you don't have in your life right now?
Oh, Sam. I'm so glad you're here. I love you so much.
Grace, what are you talking about? A relationship with Ivy?
Sam, you should see the look on your face.
Look, it's...
Sam, I'm just talking about when I saw her kissing you under the mistletoe, and then again in your arms at midnight on New Year's.
Well, look, it meant nothing.
I know. I'm just poking fun at my own jealousy, Val. I mean, I feel guilty for even thinking that Ivy could be after you. I mean, it's ridiculous. I know there could never be anything between you and Ivy.
Chief Bennett, Mrs. Bennett.
Yes.
Your table is ready.
Thank you.
Oh,
Grace.
Are you ready to order? Sheridan?
I'll have the garden salad.
And your entree?
Oh, none. Just a salad's fine. Thank you.
You can order anything else?
I'm not very hungry. Thanks.
Sir, what would you like? Actually, I'd like a few more minutes, please.
What?
All right. There's something we need to talk about. Something we need to settle. I'm taking you home right now.
What's wrong, Luis?
This whole situation, this date we're having, you know, I think it's time that we lay a few ground rules. And no matter how good the food is, we're both gonna leave here with a bad taste in our mouth.
Ground rules? What ground rules?
Well, first of all, We have to speak openly and honestly to each other. And tell each other how we really think and feel.
We never had trouble with that before.
Well, you know what? We're having trouble tonight. Now, I want you to have a good time tonight. I want us both to have a good time. But that's not going to happen if we're worried about what we're going to say to each other is going to cause an argument.
Us argue? No.
Okay. Now here's the most important rule. And it's the one that you absolutely, positively have to promise to follow. Or we're out of here. Got it?
First, tell me the rule.
That's a tough one. But I'm sticking to it. You have to order what you want off the menu. Yeah, I don't care if it's 3 lobsters or a pound of caviar. And to be honest with you, I don't even think the Lobster Shack has caviar. But you have to tell me if that's what you want, because I'll make him go get it.
You may regret what you're saying.
No way. You know, I didn't bring you out so you could order a salad and a glass of water. Okay? When I take a woman out on a date, it's first class all the way. And frankly, I'm kind of offended that you don't think that I can afford these prices. I'm a big shot cop in town, you know.
Well, you did arrest me, didn't you?
All right. So we're gonna get the waiter back here. We're gonna reorder. Deal?
Deal. I'll have the same salad, but I'll have that before the lobster. And make that your biggest lobster.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'll have the same. And a bottle of Pinot Grigio, please.
Your best bottle. Did I do okay?
You did just fine.
I don't believe it.
Sheridan and Luis on a date? I didn't think they could even stand each other.
I warned him.
About what?
I mean, he knows full well that Julie and Alistair Crane are after his hide. I mean, this will only make them come down on him even harder.
But surely they are not going to interfere on his and Sheridan's personal life.
Oh, really? The Cranes think they have a right to interfere in anyone's life.
Sam, aren't you coming down a little hard on them? I mean, if Luis makes Sheridan happy, why wouldn't her brother and her father be happy for her?
Because a lowly police officer is not the type of guy that the Cranes would allow into their almighty family. I mean, you take it from me. If a poor guy wants to marry into that family, into any of those arrogant, old money families, well, he's gonna have a boatload of trouble.
Oh, Sam, you sound like you're talking from personal experience. You keeping something from me?
Wait! We're not through discussing Sheridan and Luis.
I gave my opinion. If Sheridan wants to date Luis, if she wants to marry Luis, if she wants to have 15 children with Luis, then that's her prerogative.
You really believe that Sheridan could fall in love and settle down with a cop?
Why not? If it makes her happy.
Why? Where to begin? After 1 week without her unlimited Crane expense account, she'd come running screaming back to her cottage, immediately reserve 10 days at the most luxurious spa in Switzerland, if only to get the odor of enchiladas out of her hair.
Oh, my God, you are the most incredible snob.
Oh, look who's talking. Your idea of roughing it is no room service at the Ritz. Oh, wait, no, yeah, I think I finally hit on what it is you really want. You want to live the simple life of the Lopez Fitzgeralds. Squeezed into a house no bigger than your dressing room, cutting coupons. Worrying about which bill you won't be paying this month. Oh, there's the life.
Having real love, that would make up for all of that.
Real love? Oh, my God. My God, she's delusional. Hand me the phone. I'm calling the sanitarium. Oh, better yet, how about a shopping spree in Milan? That'll cure you of any delusions about real love.
Go to hell, Julian.
Oh, I could just picture it. The former governor's daughter, Ivy Winthrop, a Harmony policeman's wife. It's too bad you didn't meet Sam Bennett when you were young and single. You could have married him.
Shut up, Julian.
Can't you just picture it, Pilar? Ivy would be running Grace's bed and breakfast. She'd be cooking that famous tomato soup cake. Oh, and let's not forget she'd be the owner of that silly junk shop of Grace's.
It's an arts and crafts store.
Well, you'd have to be pretty crafty to pawn some of that garbage off as art.
Which reminds me, I purchased all those corporate gifts, as you asked.
Well, good, good, good.
And I purchased them all at Grace's store.
You what? Those are valuable business contacts. What the hell will they think of us sending them tacky trash like that?
Well, actually, I've heard from several of them, and they all love their gifts.
There's no accounting for taste, including yours recently. I still haven't figured out why you keep cozying up to these locals like Grace Bennett, spending a fortune. That junk shop of hers. There's got to be a catch. Oh, wait. I think I've figured it out.
Good night, Julian.
You're trying to get to Sam Bennett, aren't you?
Thanks. So, how are things in Harmony PD these days? No major crime waves to report?
Hardly.
I remember you mentioned you were hoping to make detective. How's that going?
Nowhere. I was planning on taking the test, but missed it.
I'm surprised. I mean, that job seemed like it meant a lot to you. I would have thought you'd be the first one there.
Yeah, well, I was out of town at the time.
New Mexico? I'm sorry, Luis. When's the next test?
Not for a year.
I'm sure you'll pass it.
Thanks. Well, anyway, even if I do, it doesn't mean I'll get promoted. There has to be a space open. And it would really help right now if I could crack a high-profile case or make a tough arrest.
Well, I've seen your determination. When you want something, you get it. I have complete faith in you.
Well, thanks. But it's not just for me. I want it for my family.
I remember you saying that detective paid more.
Well, yeah, not by Crane standards, but...
Which is hardly a measuring stick for a majority of the world.
Well, that's true. But with that extra money, I could really help Miguel and Teresa's college funds, and I hopefully even convince my mother to stop working at the mansion.
I would like it if she could stop working, too. If anyone deserves to sit back and enjoy life, it's Pilar.
Yes, she does. I just want my family to have a shot at a good life, a better life.
I know.
And I feel like the whole key to my family's future depends on my getting that promotion to detective.
Keeping something from you, Grace?
Sam, it's okay. I know you can't use names when you're discussing a police case.
Police case? Yes, that's right. Police case.
So, this, poor boy that got in trouble with the rich girl. What happened? I'm curious.
You don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, I do.
It was a very difficult situation. And the family didn't approve of the relationship because the guy wasn't a blue blood. So the family did whatever they could to break them up.
How?
Well, bribes were offered, and when that didn't work, they threatened the boy.
It's just awful.
Getting involved with that girl was the biggest mistake of his life.
Why on earth would I be trying to get to Sam Bennett?
Your son, Ethan.
Ethan?
Yes. You'd do anything to ensure his future? Sam is beginning to establish himself as an important man in this town. Perhaps you see him as going from chief of police to town council, maybe even mayor. Considering the political career that you've penciled into your son's future, obviously you see Sam as being a help politically to Ethan sometime. Am I right?
Of course you are, darling.
You can't hide anything from me. I can read you like a book.
So true.
Speaking of being right, there's another matter I have to deal with. This budding romance between I have to make a phone call, so...
He's talking about Luis and Sheridan, isn't he?
Yes.
A romance between them is out of the question. It would cause nothing but problems. Like yours did with Sam years ago.
No, I was young and far too easily influenced. I won't make that mistake again.
Ivy, if Mr. Crane finds out how you feel about Sam...
It wouldn't matter if he did.
Of course it would matter. The lives of everyone in this house would be destroyed. Not to mention Sam's family.
I don't care. I want Sam back, whatever the consequences.
Even if those consequences affect Ethan.
Remember that story you told me, Ethan? How the ring is a symbol of unbroken love between a man and a woman?
Sure.
Well, I just think it would be bad luck to break that circle. It would bring bad luck to your marriage.
I never knew you were this superstitious, Teresa.
Usually I'm not, but marriage is a very serious commitment between two people. Everything has to be perfect right from the start.
Well, you're absolutely right, Teresa. I mean, I'm normally not this, superstitious, but I'm with you on this.
Then you won't cut off the ring?
No, it's perfect. It shouldn't be damaged.
But how will I get the ring off?
Oh, you just have to try another way.
I've tried everything I could think of. I don't think it's ever coming off. There is one solution.
What's that?
Let her keep the ring. Become engaged to Teresa.
Okay. You can keep the ring, Teresa.
I can keep the ring?
Sure.
Mr. Crane, are you saying you're going to marry this girl instead of Miss Hotchkiss?
No, of course not. I'm still going to propose to Gwen. I don't think Teresa's boyfriend would like that too much, would he, Teresa? No, what I meant is that Teresa can wear the ring until it comes off. I'm sure it will slip off in her sleep tonight.
You mean let her wear it out of here?
Why not?
Mr. Crane, that's a very expensive ring. I don't know anything about this young lady, who she is.
She's a personal assistant to my mother, and she's a very close friend of mine. I trust her completely. She can wear the ring, and when it comes off, I know she'll return it to me. In fact, if you don't take my word for it, go ahead and bill me right now for the ring. Although I don't know why, considering all the business my family has done for this store through the years.
Oh, no, sir. I didn't mean to imply that your friend her character was anything less than impeccable.
No, I'm glad to hear that.
However, I will need to give you a picture of the ring for insurance purposes.
Fine.
Thank you, sir.
Teresa, do you have plans tonight?
No, I'm totally free.
Great. Would you mind staying here a while longer? Maybe the ring will come off before you leave. I'd stay with you, but I'm supposed to meet Gwen for dinner at the Lobster Shack tonight.
Sure.
But I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hope that ring comes off soon.
Here's the photo, Mr. Crane. We'll sign this receipt for the ring before you go.
Sure.
I'm sorry, Teresa, but maybe this will make you face reality.
No way, Whitney. Fate gave me this ring. And as long as I keep believing, fate will give me Ethan one day, too.
Oh, but Sam, for a girl that age, it's very hard not to give in to the kind of pressure that was put on her.
I suppose. Well, Luis will feel the same pressure if he tries to get involved with Sheridan.
Chief Bennett?
Yeah.
A phone call. It's Julian Crane.
You know what? Tell him I'll call him back tomorrow.
Sam,
Grace, we're having dinner.
tell him that my husband will be there in a minute. Please. Sam, you can't turn down a call from Julian Crane. It might be important.
Well, the only important thing right now is spending quality time with my wife.
Look, we are going to have plenty of quality time when we go to that ski lodge tomorrow.
Shh. I don't want anyone to know. I mean, this is our time. No interruptions.
And I can hardly wait. Take the phone call.
Come on.
Oh, come on, I can hardly wait to hear what Julian Crane wants.
All right. Back in a minute.
Oh, isn't this better than salad?
I'd say this is better than just about anything.
What is it, Julian?
It's about one of your men, Officer Lopez Fitzgerald.
Here it comes. You're in for it now, Luis.
I don't know what you're thinking of doing to get Sam, but
Don't.
Pilar.
I don't need a lecture right now.
you need someone to talk some sense into you.
Is it too much to ask that I have just a little bit of happiness in this life?
Not if it means destroying the happiness of so many people. The Bennetts and your son, Ethan.
Please, Pilar, don't talk about this now. Have you packed my clothes for my trip?
What trip?
Oh, well, that was a fast phone call.
Well, I said all that was needed to be said. I repeat, what trip?
I'm going skiing.
Summeridge?
No, just a local ski resort that's not too far from Harmony.
Really, a local ski trip? How very unlike you, Ivy. Why?
I just feel like getting some skiing in, and I don't feel like traveling far.
Really? Strange, coming from a woman who thinks nothing of hopping on the Concorde to Paris for dinner.
Pilar, would you please double-check my equipment and my clothes? I'm going to go out, pick up a few last-minute things.
Tell me, before you go, why are you really going to this shoddy local ski resort?
Well, it's hardly shoddy, Julian. They've just done a major renovation.
What's that mean? Beer is now served in a glass?
So, what have you done about Luis and Sheridan?
I took care of it with a quick phone call to Sam Bennett.
Good. Good, well, I have to go before the stores close.
Ta-ta. What are you up to, my sweet? Why are you really going to this tacky little ski resort? You won't be able to hide the reason from me forever, any more than Luis will be able to hide from the power of the Cranes.
I'll never get any meat out of that.
Ta-da!
How'd you do that?
Practice, practice, practice.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You cranes eat lobster all the time.
Hi. Gwen, what are you doing here?
I'm meeting Ethan for dinner. Hi, Louise.
Hey, Gwen.
Hey, Gwen.
Hi.
Luis, I hate to interrupt, but I need to talk to you alone. Police business.
Sam,
Go ahead, Louise. It's fine. I can talk to Gwen.
Good seeing you.
Me too.
What is going on? Are you on a date with Louise?
Yes. And before you say anything, yes, I remember our last conversation when you said that two people from different economic classes couldn't work, but I think you're wrong. I think it can work wonderfully.
So, what's up, Sam?
Someone just made a large donation to the department. A donation that will give you everything you've ever dreamed of.
Well, I'm listening, Sam. What kind of donation and how does it affect me?
Well, the money's going to be spent to send a uniformed police officer to Quantico, Virginia for a 5-week training program with the FBI.
It's great.
Your name was mentioned by the person who donated the money.
Me? That's fantastic. With that kind of training, I mean, I'll be able to make detective for sure.
I know you will. I know this is what you've always wanted.
Man, that extra pay will mean a lot to my family.
I know.
Man, so why the grim look? I mean, are you worried you're gonna be short-staffed while I'm gone, huh?
Oh, no, that's not it. It's just the person who donated the money. It's Julian Crane.
Julian Crane? Why would he want to do anything to help me?
He's not doing it for you, Luis. He's doing it for the Cranes. I mean, this is their way of keeping you and Sheridan away from one another. I told you they'd do this.
Bastards.
They figured out exactly how to get to you. They know that your family means more to you than anything else in this world. They know by making Detective that you're going to have everything you ever wanted for yourself and for the future of your family.
Yeah, what?
So they're making you an offer you can't refuse. And, you can't refuse. Can you?
Actually, I do think a relationship between people of different classes can work out.
Oh, I already had my lecture from Alistair and Julian. Obviously, I ignored them, though.
It's only gonna get worse, though, Sheridan. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to buy Luis off.
I don't think it'll work, though. Luis isn't like that.
Well, what if they offer him something he can't refuse, something he's always dreamed of?
I hope he'll resist. But you're right. They probably will try to bribe him. And whatever they offer will be very enticing. They'll do their research. Make sure they know exactly what Luis wants more than anything in the world.
Sheridan, do you like him?
Yes. He has real character, real integrity. And it's not bad to look at either.
Well, and I hope it works out for you. And I hope for your sake that Luis is strong enough to resist whatever your family offers him.
I can only hope. Anyway, I'm so glad to hear about you and Ethan. You see, I told you you had no reason to be jealous of Teresa.
I know.
So when is he going to propose?
Very soon, I think. I mean, in fact, I think he's off getting the ring right now. And once that ring is on my finger, I won't have to worry about Teresa ever again.
So just how long do you really think you can keep that ring on your finger?
Forever.
What a beautiful engagement ring.
Thank you.
The man who gave it to you must love you very much.
He does love me. More than anything in the world. And we're gonna have the most spectacular wedding.
Hello, darling.
Ethan!
Sorry I'm late.
I almost ordered without you.
Well, I'm glad you didn't, because then you would have missed out on the 5-course meal the Lobster Shack is delivering to my bedroom even as we speak.
What? Ethan, what are you doing?
I wanted to spend some quality private time with the woman I love. Of course, if you want to stay here, we can do that.
No, let's go.
By the way, where were you?
I'm running an errand.
What kind of errand?
One that will change our lives forever.
I cannot believe you told that woman that the man that gave you that ring is in love with you.
Why?
Why? Oh, let's see. First of all, Ethan did not give you that ring, okay? And second, and most importantly, he does not love you. He loves Gwen.
Whitney Russell, you have no faith in me.
Faith? What exactly does
Didn't
faith?
I always dream about Ethan putting a ring on my finger?
Yeah, but
And didn't he just put a ring on my finger?
technically, Teresa, but
no
still.
buts, Whitney. I am wearing Ethan's ring and Gwen isn't.
Look, the minute Ethan gets that ring off your finger, he's gonna give it to Gwen. Who I might add he is with right now, not you.
Maybe so, but not for long. I'll have the ring, Whitney, and I'll have Ethan. Wait and see. Wait and see.
Well, this is just the beginning, Grace. By this time tomorrow, we're gonna be at the ski lodge, snuggled up in front of the fire. It's gonna be nice.
Sounds like heaven.
I love you so much. I just want to say that I'm really happy with the life that we've built.
Oh, we're really lucky, Sam. Makes me feel guilty.
But why? I mean, we deserve to be happy.
I know. Everyone does. I just keep thinking about that story you told me. About the poor boy who fell in love with the rich girl and how they were torn apart. It's so sad.
I told you, the boy fell in love with a woman and couldn't be happier. And the girl is living the life of luxury and privilege.
Yeah, I know. But I don't think you can overcome that kind of love. I think it leaves an imprint on a person's heart, on a person's soul. I'll bet you that she is still in love with him and he is still in love with her.
Hey, this is supposed to be our night to celebrate, remember?
Yeah, you're right.
And we're gonna go on this wonderful romantic trip tomorrow, just the two of us.
Sam still does have feelings for me. I knew it.
You've hardly said a word since you talked to Sam. Is something wrong?
Yes and no. Someone made a large donation to the Harmony PD. It's to be used to send one uniform officer to the FBI facility in Virginia. There they'll study for 5 weeks of intensive training. They want me to go.
But that's great.
Yeah, well, there's a catch. Julian donated the money.
It's a bribe.
You got it. Get me out of town. Forget about the connection between the Cranes and my father's.
And to keep you away from me.
And I'll be made detective.
But you were just saying how much you wanted that.
That's right. Needs more money to ensure my family's future. I mean, that's always been a dream of mine.
I think that's wonderful. You'll make a fine detective. Well, here's the test Gwen was talking about. I was hoping you were the one that my family couldn't buy Luis. I was hoping you were different.
Shirley, why are you crying?